Dave Palumbo here with an RX Muscle news update. Here we go again. Big Ramy 2020. We see the update. We haven't seen pictures from him for at least over a month. Some of the guest postings he did at the end of the year. The question is, does he look great? Absolutely. I mean, look at the picture. I mean, we don't see legs, but I know Ramy's got legs, so I'm not worried about that. Upper body, he looks so good. I mean, he's shredded. He's full. He's round. He looks like he regained all the size that he had lost. Obviously, the shoulder doesn't seem to be bothering him because I don't see any real asymmetry from side to side. This is a good sign. Now, hey, granted, it's the most muscular shot in the gym, all pumped up probably. So it is what it is. You can't take it for, what he's going to look like on stage. But I have to say that he doesn't look small. When we were trying to evaluate how Ramy would do for the potential 2019 Olympia, and we were back in May of last year, he didn't look big. He looked small. His shoulders didn't have that round cap gnarly look that they normally do. He didn't have that graininess to his body. He's got that now. You could tell this guy's dieting. You could tell he looks closer than 8 weeks out to me, conditioning wise, but I haven't seen him, of course, from behind. But this is a good version of Big Ramy. This makes me feel confident that going into the show, I think he's going to bring the goods. Now, we've said this a million times before. Every time we see Ramy building up to the show, we're all excited because we like to see those 6-week, 8-week out pictures because he's big still. And Ramy always has good abs. So you see abs, you see striations, you see fullness and roundness to his body. Once again, we're not looking at the glutes and hamstrings and lower back right now, but we're saying he's on his way there. The question is, will he allow his body, will he get his body to the point where he's gnarly everywhere? In other words, are you going to be afraid, Big Ramy, to go from 300 or whatever he is now down to 280 or 285, whatever it's going to take to get him crazy shredded? Because that's what it's going to take to win this show and win the judges over. I mean, Ramy could win the show at 85, 90% because that's how good he is, but that's not going to win the Olympia. And so if he wants to win these judges over and beat guys like Bonac, who's going to come in bone dry, ripped hard, guys with crazy shape like Cedric, he's going to have to bring the goods to the Arnold and prove that he is the #1 contender to win that Olympia crown from Brandon Curry. He's beaten Curry many times before. If he brings the goods and wins this show, I have to believe that he's got to be considered the #1 contender, if not the favorite going into the Olympia, assuming that Phil Heath does not show up. Once again, we don't know who's going to the Olympia. We'll find out over these coming months who's going to be showing up. Is it going to be Phil Heath? Are we going to see a Flex Lewis at the Olympia? Will Hadi Choopan be able to make it back into the country after all the craziness that's going on in Iran to try to contest for that Olympia title? And will Ruli Winkler, who is sitting out this Arnold Classic, come back for that Olympia the best we've ever seen? These are questions we don't know right now. All we know is, can Ramy bring the goods? We can only speculate. I like the way he's looking now. This is a good sign. Let's see more, Ramy. Show us your legs. Show us that back double bicep. I'm sure in the coming weeks we will get to see it and preview it and get more excited about it. But for now, this is all they've thrown us, this little bone that we got in the sand here. I'm Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle news update.